Imagine this. A person bursts into flames, not from an external source, but from within. Their body is reduced to ash. The room around them, mostly untouched. This is the terrifying phenomenon of spontaneous human combustion, or SHC. It's a mystery that has baffled scientists and fueled nightmares for centuries. Is it a natural occurrence or something more sinister? We'll delve into the heart of this fiery enigma and explore the possible explanations. The idea of our bodies betraying us, turning into fiery furnaces without warning, is deeply unsettling. It challenges our understanding of the natural world. And yet there are numerous accounts of SEC, each more bizarre and terrifying than the last. These stories, passed down through generations, paint a chilling picture of a phenomenon that seems to defy explanation. But could there be a scientific basis for these seemingly impossible events? The annals of history are filled with chilling tales of spontaneous human combustion. One of the earliest documented cases dates back to the 17th century. A Danish scholar, Polonius Vostius, reportedly went up in flames after drinking wine. His body was reduced to ashes, leaving behind only his skull and a few bones. The room, however, remained largely undamaged. This case, like many others, highlights the bizarre nature of spontaneous human combustion. How could a fire so intense consume a body entirely, while leaving the surroundings relatively unscathed? Another infamous case involves Mary Reeser, a Florida woman found burned to death in her apartment in 1951. Reeser's remains were mostly ash, with only a shrunken skull and a foot remaining. Strangely, the rest of the apartment showed minimal fire damage. This case sparked widespread public interest and fueled speculation about the causes of spontaneous human combustion. Was it a freak accident or something more inexplicable? The case of Jeannie Saffin in 1982 added another layer of mystery. Saffin, a young woman from London, suddenly burst into flames while sitting on a wooden chair. Her father and a police officer witnessed the event, yet neither could explain the source of the fire. Saffin died from her injuries, leaving behind more questions than answers. These cases, along with many others, continue to intrigue and terrify, reminding us of the unpredictable and often inexplicable nature of the world we live in. Scientists, ever the skeptics, have sought natural explanations for the seemingly impossible phenomenon of SHC. One of the most prominent theories is the wick effect. This theory proposes that the human body, under certain conditions, can act like an inside-out candle. Clothing acts as the wick, body fat serves as the fuel, and an external source, like a cigarette, provides the initial spark. Imagine a person falling unconscious with a lit cigarette. Their clothing catches fire, slowly melting the fat beneath the skin. This melted fat soaks into the clothing, much like wax on a wick, providing a slow, steady fuel source. This process, while gruesome, could potentially explain the localized burns and the complete reduction of the body to ash, often seen in SHC cases. The wick effect, while a plausible explanation, doesn't fully account for all aspects of SHC, particularly the alleged lack of an external ignition source in some cases. Another scientific theory explores the possibility of a cellular inferno. This theory suggests that combustion could originate within the body itself, at the cellular level. While the exact mechanism remains unclear, some scientists hypothesize that a buildup of flammable substances within cells, coupled with an unknown catalyst, could trigger a self-sustaining chain reaction. Imagine a chain reaction, starting at the smallest unit of life, the cell. A spark, perhaps caused by a metabolic anomaly, ignites a single cell. This ignition spreads rapidly to neighboring cells, consuming the body from the inside out. This theory, while speculative, could explain the speed and intensity of the fire often associated with SHC. However, the lack of a known trigger mechanism and the absence of similar occurrences in nature make this theory difficult to prove. Could our own metabolism hold the key to understanding spontaneous human combustion? Some researchers believe that metabolic disorders or extreme cases of hypothermia might play a role. You see, the human body generates heat as a byproduct of metabolism. If this heat production were to increase dramatically, perhaps due to a hormonal imbalance or an unknown medical condition, It could theoretically reach temperatures high enough to ignite internal tissues. Imagine a sudden surge in body temperature, like a runaway train with no brakes. The body's internal thermostat fails and the heat keeps rising. Organs begin to cook from within. This theory aligns with the observation that SHC victims are often found in a relaxed or even sleeping state, which could indicate a sudden and unexpected physiological change. However, the extreme temperatures required for self-combustion and the lack of any known metabolic disorder capable of producing such heat make this explanation highly improbable. Throughout history, when science failed to provide answers, people often turned to the supernatural. Spontaneous human combustion, with its mysterious and terrifying nature, was no exception. In many cultures, SHC was seen as a form of divine punishment, a fiery judgment for those who dared to defy the gods or commit heinous sins. Imagine a world where the gods walked among us, their wrath swift and terrible. SHC, in this context, becomes a spectacle of divine retribution, a warning to those who stray from the righteous path. The victims, often portrayed as drunkards, sinners or heretics, become cautionary tales, their fiery demise a testament to the power of the divine. This interpretation, while lacking scientific evidence, highlights the human need to find meaning and order in a seemingly chaotic and unpredictable world. Where there is divine judgment, the devil is often lurking nearby. Some historical accounts link SHC to demonic forces, associating the phenomenon with witchcraft, demonic possession, or pacts with the devil. The victims in these narratives are often portrayed as having dabbled in forbidden knowledge or having incurred the wrath of malevolent entities. Imagine a world where the veil between our reality and the demonic realm is thin. SHC in this context becomes a terrifying manifestation of demonic power, a chilling reminder of the ever-present threat lurking just beyond our perception. The victims, often social outcasts, or those who challenged religious orthodoxy, become scapegoats, their fiery deaths fueling paranoia and reinforcing societal fears. This interpretation, while rooted in superstition, reflects the human tendency to project our fears and anxieties onto the unknown. Modern science, while acknowledging the historical and cultural significance of SHC, remains skeptical of supernatural explanations. Researchers continue to investigate potential causes, focusing on forensic evidence, physiological factors, and environmental conditions. Some experts suggest that a combination of factors, rather than a single cause, might be at play. Imagine a team of forensic experts meticulously analyzing the scene of an alleged SHC event. They collect samples, study burn patterns, and search for any trace of accelerants or external ignition sources. Their goal is to separate fact from fiction, to apply the principles of science, to unravel the truth behind this enigmatic phenomenon. While the mystery of SHC persists, scientists remain dedicated to finding a rational and evidence-based explanation. Despite scientific inquiry, SHC remains shrouded in mystery. Many questions remain unanswered. Why are the burns often localized to the body, leaving the surroundings relatively undamaged? Why is there often a lack of an apparent external ignition source? And why are the victims often found alone with no witnesses to corroborate their final moments? Imagine the frustration of researchers as they grapple with these questions, their theories often hitting dead ends. The lack of consistent patterns, the absence of a controlled environment, and the ethical considerations of replicating such a phenomenon make studying SHC incredibly challenging. Despite these obstacles, the pursuit of knowledge continues. In conclusion, the phenomenon of spontaneous human combustion remains one of the most perplexing and terrifying mysteries. Despite numerous theories and investigations, the true cause of these horrifying events continues to elude us. Whether it is a rare medical condition, a supernatural occurrence, or something entirely unknown, SHC challenges our understanding of the human body and the world around us. As we continue to seek answers, the stories of those who have tragically succumbed to this phenomenon serve as a chilling reminder of the mysteries that still lie beyond our grasp. Until the day we uncover the truth, SHC will remain an unsettling enigma, a shadow in the realm of science and the supernatural. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of one of the most baffling phenomena known to humanity. Stay curious, stay questioning, and remember, some answers may lie just beyond the horizon.